Namo Phat. Thanks for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fourth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability to listen to others, I vow to cultivate loving speech and deep listening in order to bring joy and happiness to others and to relieve others of their suffering. Knowing the words can create happiness or suffering, I'm determined to speak truthfully with words that inspire self-confidence, joy, and hope. I will not spread news that I do not know to be certain, and will not criticize or condemn things of which I am not sure. I will refrain from uttering words that can cause division or discord, or that can cause the family or the community to break. I'm determined to make all efforts to reconcile and resolve all conflicts, however small. For our Dharma lessons, we've been reading Ajahn Chah's book, Everything is Teaching Us. We're continuing in this talk, Knowing the World. Sometimes people talk about samatha. Sometimes they talk about vipassana. I feel this can become confusing. Those who practice samadhi will praise samadhi, but it is just for making the mind tranquil, so it can know those things we have been talking about. Then there are those who will say, I don't need to practice samadhi so much. This plate will break one day in the future. Isn't that good enough? That will work, won't it? I'm not very skilled in samadhi, but I already know that the plate must break someday. Yes, I take good care of it because I'm afraid it will break, but I know that such is its future, and when it does break, I won't be suffering over that. Isn't my view correct? I don't need to practice a lot of samadhi because I already have this understanding. You practice samadhi only for developing this understanding. After training your mind through sitting, you come to this view. I don't sit much, but I am already confident that this is the way of phenomena. This is a question for us practitioners. There are many factions of teachers promoting their different methods of meditation. It can get confusing, but the real point of it all is to be able to recognize the truth, seeing things as they really are, and being free of doubt. As I see it, once we have correct knowledge, the mind comes under our command. What is this command about? The command is in anicca, knowing that everything is impermanent. Everything stops here when we see clearly, and it becomes a cause for us to let go. Then we let things be according to their nature. If nothing is occurring, we abide in equanimity, and if something comes up, we contemplate. Does it cause us to have suffering? Do we hold on to it with grasping attachment? Is there anything there? This is what supports and sustains our practice. If we practice and get to this point, I think every one of us will realize genuine peace. Whether we are undertaking vipassana meditation or samatha meditation, just this is what it's really about. But these days, it seems to me that when Buddhists talk about these things, according to traditional explanations, it becomes vague and mixed up. But the truth, Sabbadānaṃ, isn't vague or mixed up. It remains as it is. So I feel it's better to seek out the source, looking at the way things originate in the mind. There's not a lot to this. Birth, aging, illness, and death. It's brief, but it's a universal truth. So, see it clearly and acknowledge these facts. If you acknowledge them, you will be able to let go. Gain, rank, praise, happiness, and their opposites. You can let them go because you recognize them for what they are. If we reach this place of recognizing the truth, we will be uncomplicated, undemanding people, content with simple food, dwelling, and other requisites for life, easy to speak to, and unassuming in our actions. Without difficulty or trouble, we will live at ease. One who meditates and realizes a tranquil mind will be like this. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at ease. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much for joining me today.